For this first exercise, we're going to start in hook lying position where your feet are flat, knees are bent. We're going to push through the heels slightly. That just picks up the bottom of my butt off the ground so that I create tension through the back of my leg. And I'm going to go hand on belly for this one just so you can see. So I start with my belly relaxed. My back is not quite flat to the ground. But the first one we're going to do is, I call it the food baby. So if you've ever eaten a lot of food, you push your stomach really far forward like you're having a food baby. So first we focus on pushing the belly out as far as you can. And then we're going to work on pulling the belly in without flaring the ribs. So I'm using my lower abdominals here to help control that movement. I feel some pressure down through the pelvic floor. And then I'm going to push back out to go back to that food baby. And I'm just going to go for reps. Pulling the food baby down, feeling the pelvic floor. My ribs don't really move as I go through this movement. And I'm going to push the food baby out. So I'm just working on getting control over some of my abdominal muscles here. And the second piece to this is the ribs. So that's the food baby out, food baby in. The second piece is a rib flare. So my ribs are going to lift up. My belly's going to pull in as I do that. And then the other one, my belly doesn't really move, but you'll see my ribs pulled down so that this is really flat. So you'll see the first one is a rib flare. So I lift my ribs up. Big breath in here. And when I pull the ribs down, that's when my back gets flat, because as my abs push the ribs down to the ground, it presses my ribs into the floor, and it's like I'm squishing a grape underneath my back. So I'm going to do that again. Rib flare up, big breath in, big breath out. And the breath here is just to help me get a little bit more control, because the third and final piece to this is learning to combine these two movements where you pull the food baby in, pull the ribs down, and then hold this position, baby down, ribs down, breathe in through the nose. And when I breathe in through the nose, I'm going to keep tension through my abs. So anytime someone tells you to find your core, this is what you're going for. You're pulling the food baby in, pulling the ribs down, and you're going to maintain this position even when you breathe in, and it's going to look like this. So counting for breath there is a good way to practice to maintain this position so that we can work on core strength and do exercises where you have to tighten your core so you don't feel things like your lower back or hip pain or whatever that chronic pain issue you have may be.